Third verse, same as the first. Still fixing the same bug, or trying to anyway.
Hey, jerk. Lit.
I left off in the situation I have no idea what's happening or why, and I am currently in the situation I have no idea what's happening or why. So pretty good progress. Pretty good. I think I had console.error to something, right? So yeah, looks like that's the only console.error in there, so I can check whether that actually went through or not. I think it did not. That's the only console.error in a string, I mean. Yeah, I don't think it did. That's not it. Unfortunately, there's a lot of console.errors, so this was not a good way to look for this. It was T, right? Yeah. And I don't think I've got this backwards. Okay. Yeah, this is where it would have been. Okay, fine. It probably got built into RT on Wii, and I need, therefore, to build both, very annoyingly. Yeah. This is all probably fine. Just going to ignore that for the moment. I'm trying to think, like, is it even possible that the issue is in a library? Because I don't think I'm actually using the libraries differently, but I suppose it's possible that I am? I don't know. Oh, yeah. Well, that's busted. Great. Now we get to play the How Did This Ever Work game. That's how. beta branch is only actually a beta if it is newer than the main branch. Well, that's the same. Did I make the same mistake in resound? No. So now we get to play the how the hell did this ever work in the first place game. I've made changes since the latest release that appear to have busted things, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I expose that as the main. Whereas this, of course, 1, 2, 6. What? Do I have a secret release? Occasionally I forget to push a release that I have actually released. It's very bad. Sorry, I'm just on another screen checking if I've got unpush release. Oh yeah, great, perfect. Brilliant. Good work, y'all, Weasel. Hey, look at that. Huh, but it hasn't changed in a way that should be relevant, I think. I'm just pulling a how did this ever work in the first place? What changed? Okay. It must just be something about debug mode itself, or not debug mode, strict mode itself, or something like that. Okay, after causing myself intense confusion. Okay. Zoo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, bad. What's particularly bad is that it's not even like using the, like I did a console.error just as a like, just to make it say something, and it's not doing it. Wait. No, that's fine. That's what I would expect. So is that... So is there not a worker? Is there, like, why? Did the worker never start? That... I'm I get lost doing debugging of why my debugging isn't working. Oh, good. It's much more broken now than it was before. The thing is, I know that the worker is running because I've gotten messages from it. We are so far into the, like, why is any of this happening universe. I am almost positive that this does not do any multiplexing. This just goes into a worker, and the worker does the multiplexing. And just to confirm, like if I do this, then it'll be less efficient, but it does work. I wonder if I was never using piping. Like in the main branch, am I not using piping? I could believe that. I actually need an older version of the main branch because the main branch is currently non-functional. That should do. Just let me browse the commit. How do you just browse the files? The big button, browse files. There is no pipe. And there's... what? I guess maybe that wasn't in here, that was in capture. And it does pipe there. So I was using a pipe all along. So it has something to do with how I'm communicating the pipe port, I guess. Which doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, I'm like sending it directly here, so. Is there a directionality to this? Like, do I for some reason need to do that? That would be bizarre, but I guess in a way, I don't sort of reject the possibility because nothing makes any sense at this point. This was supposed to be fixed 3 streams ago. Just verifying that it works if I'm not piping. Is it possible... Is it possible that that sent the buffers and somehow that message was lost? I thought I thought messages queued until you started actually receiving them, so I don't think that should be possible. Zoop. Yep, okay. So we are getting data fine with this. Let me try this. If this works, I'm a little bit flabbergasted. This can use shared. But I guess maybe I can believe that it has to be ready to receive before it sends anything. But it's supposed to queue, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it supposed to queue? Does it not queue messages? Because certainly if this sent its initial, like, buffer's intent and that wasn't ready to receive it, and it didn't queue, then that would just do utter madness. Well, it would do exactly what we saw, it just wouldn't work at all. No, it is not anything to do with, okay. I mean, in a way, I'm glad. So that just suggests that at some level the piping is completely failing, which is bad. That's like not running at all. Or I don't understand why it's, well, I guess I can search for foo in this case. No, it just wasn't even building. I don't understand how. Yeah, there's no direct resound here. It's not even there. Well, I mean, obviously it's not going to be there now. How am I failing to build this? well, it is where I expect it to be. I'm not going to dig through that entire string. Let me are you kidding me? Oh my god. Of course, I had to undo that to update RT on Wii, and then I forgot to redo that. God, I'm an imbecile. And we're still here. Leaving me with the unavoidable question, how did this ever work in the first place? How do I build this? Just roll up. Yeah. As a UMD. As a UMD. And this doesn't suggest that it's a module, no. So it should get that. Yeah, I'm entirely in how did this ever work in the first place land. Unless there's some distinction between, like, the installed package and just the files locally, which I don't understand how that would make any sense. Yeah, they definitely are. Well, let's just assume that that's not actually a problem based on nothing, based on the fact that it definitely is actually a problem. God, this is the worst. This is the worst. I'm stuck in debugging why debugging isn't working, and I haven't gotten to actually debugging the problem at all. I am nowhere near actually debugging the problem. So this should probably fail in the way I've already seen, yes. Yeah. Just happens to be the first one. Want to verify that this does in fact export audio capture playback shared. Yep, there's exports. And this is a UMD, so it should be able to recognize it. Maybe, I don't frickin' know. Fuck it, I'm just gonna do this like the correct-ish way. Oops. Yeah, it's a little bit annoying because it's going to be difficult to clean this now. Hey, wait, do I even use build source mod? How does any of this work? Okay. Cancel the very correct way. I'm going to do the quasi-correct way. What does it want me to call this? Just ECMA, I think. That name doesn't matter for that format. It's ES. That's what I wanted. It's possible that something changed in rollup and they just expect you to always have this now. Module? Is that what it wants me to call it? Oh, this definitely has to have // in this context. See if that's enough to make this happy. Might be. Hello, Dan. I am on YouTube too, if you want. It's same channel name, Y'allweasel Dev. I just don't post the link to that. To answer how goes the coding, I am currently debugging why my debugging isn't working, so hell. I'm well within the, boy, I'd love to get to the actual debugging, but first I have to figure out why my ability to debug isn't working right now. Neat. I mean, yeah, that's YouTube, all right. No, name is not needed for ECMAScript. You can change my face, by the way, if you're unfamiliar with this bot. I think you've seen this bot, right? If you haven't or don't remember, you can use !prompt and then give a prompt and change my face. That does work on Dev too, or at least it did last time I attempted it. Okay, hopefully that will also work, and then I can update on Ennuicastr to use that, and then I just need to release the 2 other libraries in order to be able to debug the one that I'm trying to debug. Oh, I'm in deep this time. Okay. Now, at this point, this won't actually debug anything. Oh. Oh. Does not extend another class? What? Oh no. It's just transforming between average Firefox user and worst Firefox imaginable. Okay, what's going on here? Does not extend another. That's it? It thinks it's extending another class. RT-only.audio capture. Did I somehow not export it? I do export both the type. Oh, but do I export it here? I do. Oh, this suite of faces really really doing things here. What do you mean does not extend another class? Are you going to tell me why you've decided it doesn't extend another class, or just report bizarre errors that don't make any sense? Wow, it doesn't even tell me what the underlying issue is. That's super great. I forget, do I have to put the types here now? Oops, that's not going to help anything. Scratch my head, and for just a moment, it's consistently a nightmare fox rather than a nightmare man. No, that changed nothing. Does not extend another class. That's such a bizarre error message because it doesn't even tell me. In proc. Boy, I really did hope to get to actually debugging rather than just debugging why debugging isn't working, but looking a lot like I'm not going to. Oh my god, that worked. I had literally no hopes of that change fixing it. I guess the types do need to be in the exports. at all levels. Okay, so this phase should just say foo. Not especially useful. Yes, good. Was that was that working? Did I just need a newer version of RT on Wii? Like, have I not, 082? 082, it's the same version. I mean, if you saw the waveform going by, then that was working, which, like, given that I'm trying to debug why that isn't working, it's either bad news or it's like I changed something in a way that fixed it without intending. Or it just sometimes works. It is a race condition, which means it sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. I don't think I had ever. It would been a lot of times since I had seen it actually just work, so I wasn't expecting that to happen. But given that it's not working, it is race conditioning me. Okay, so let's log this message. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Exactly that. There's a dreaded class of errors in computer science called the Heisenbug, which are problems that only sometimes arise. And if you can't figure out not just what the actual bug is, but what's causing it to only sometimes happen, then you're in two separate levels of hell at the same time. But I know why it's sometimes, because it's just two different things trying to happen at the same time. Okay. So I'm getting... Oh, interesting. I'm getting multiple outs, but the last one is unshared. I don't know whether that actually works. I don't know whether I am allowed, so to speak, to have shared and unshared at the same time. They seem pretty unrelated to each other. Yeah, I don't think I really see any reason why one being shared and one being unshared would cause any issues. I mean, I guess I can test that pretty easily. Wait, why are there even three? There should be two, I think. Oh, well, but that, yeah, it's mixing together messages from different captures. Never mind. Yeah, because I've got, like, the back channel. Okay, no, I'm being silly. There's a lot of places for it to be doing this. That feels wrong. Surely I'm not supposed to have this happening twice. back channel gets piped into this message channel. Which just is never used. Very cool. That... I don't think that would be the bug, but that could have broken a lot. Because the messages will only queue for so long. You can't just have a disconnected pipe lying around. Yeah, I doubt if that was the bug, but that was certainly a bug. So this is probably... This is the back channel. This is the input. And this suggests that it's never receiving... Because, like, there's always going to be one request for the, like, internally. There should be two requests. In fact, I can verify that by making this unshared. This is unshared right now. So how did this just not go through? Sometimes the way you debug things is you just put a bunch of question marks in until the questions start getting answered. I'm positive that once I find the actual bug, it's going to be like a one-line change. I don't think that it's complicated. I think it's just dumb. Yeah, that's basically it, Dan. So these and these, there's nothing that actually controls which one happens first, and it shouldn't matter which one happens first, but the whatever bug is happening only happens when this one happens first. So if a few of the things get reordered, it can accidentally work. And in fact, I can, like, I think I can, well, I mean, it's the same sort of coincidence, so I can possibly get it to work just by switching audio devices around a bit and seeing if I can, get the ordering to happen in a different order, but yeah, it would take a lot of twiddling about, and it's not really worth the time. So this is, I mean, this is just wrong. Like, both of these should have corresponding out messages immediately, not after a while. Because this is immediately before I send the message. Let's be silly. Just for debugging purposes, having that information would be helpful, question mark. Yes, exactly. Exactly, Dan. Exactly. That is, yeah, even if like that is one of the most common sort of categories of Heisenbugs of it's called a race condition because the two things that can happen in either order but only work if they happen in one order are racing. Uh, and yeah, race conditions are by far and away the most common Heisenbug. Yeah. So one of these is never getting the request, but I don't understand how that's even possible. And this should be, yeah, this is in local processing, so this is the input processing. So why did they, what? I called pipe and it just never got the message. It was just like, nah, I don't want to. I just don't feel like it. Screw you. What's happening? Because like if I have sent this message, it'll have silly set 2, 1. I sent two of these messages and only got one. Where'd it go? Where'd the other one go? Like, where'd it go? Is it possible that this is in a tight loop somehow? Well, Dan, so I probably could force that, but that's sort of asking for trouble in the sense that if I don't find and fix the underlying bug, that is what's causing one order to work. But like, I wrote this code, and it shouldn't have the case that it works in one order but not the other in the first place. So I could like quick fix it to get it working. But I have a different quick fix that's already working, so I want a correct fix rather than just a quick fix. Can this get into a tight loop? I don't think so. Yeah, atomic store and notify doesn't wait. I'm logging every message. I guess I could actually check in the debugger whether something's in a tight loop. Maybe. You gonna show me the stack? I guess not. I guess I have to pause for it to show the stack. This is fairly Bob Ross. This is not Bob Ross. One of the better AI nonsenses it's done. Unshared in. Fuck. I do have an atomic weight. That was, yeah. So this is never receiving the other message, as long as this happened to get spinning before the other message came in. I mean, I guess the simplest thing to do is just to force it to be able to wait for other things. This is... I hope this is asynchronous. This is not even asynchronous. Great. How we at? Happy little coding accidents. There's nothing happy about these coding accidents, I tell you what. This is angry Bob Ross. Sounds nothing like Bob Ross. Just gravelly and terrible. I really think that just fixed it. That is so subtle. I hate atomics.wait. Why does it have to be... Why does it have to prevent messages from coming in? That is just, like, misleading and bad. Oy vey. Yep, that was it. That was it. Yeah, I understand entirely what happened. I know how I made that mistake. I know why I made that mistake. Is there an asynchronous version of wait? Yes. Kind of. It works everywhere except the browser that the bug arose in. Gee. One wonders why. One wonders why I did it the way I did it. Oh, Firefox, you fucking bastards. Just Firefox in a nutshell. I have a real love-hate relationship with Firefox because I hate Chrome, period. Wow, it's doing much worse with Firefox than it was when Dan did it. It just doesn't like you for ADI. Dot. Okay, this probably isn't going to compile because it won't have the types for async wait. Yes, that's what I figured. It is very bad at changing colors for ADI, so my green shirt makes a very green-skinned naked man. Well, that's annoying. With 0.8 pack abs. At least you've chosen the right. I tried to describe that you've chosen the right color of person, but No sign of a shell, really. No, I mean it's I don't know how visible it's supposed to be, but no sign of a shell. Oh wait, did I answer? Yes, I did all of this totally wrong. It's Bowser. Oh, there we go. For a second, it's gone. This is Bowser now. You have to accept this. I think actually, you know what, after all of this, I don't even want to do it this way. I think it made more sense to do it the previous way. That is not awaited. See, the problem is I have a very, very large nose, and the AI can't fully defeat the incredible power of my nose. I can't disagree with its assertion. I'm fairly fat. I'm basically a fat ass, but it's doing a decent job of fat assing me up more than my native fat assery. I'm not saying that you're saying that. I'm saying the AI is saying that. If this works, then I guess I need to check for other atomics.wait. So what do I have? Oh, I use that directly. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, okay. Boo. Trying to get me demonetized. This might not even still be there, but it is. Ooh, that's... Oh, okay. That's a lot of logging, but it was fine logging. Let me quickly connect with Chrome just to make sure that it's that I haven't broken it there. It's trying. Yep, that's going through both directions. Well, let's go ahead and commit some changes, and that will end the stream, because I've actually fixed the bug. Yeah, this is the one that ended up having to change. That I don't need. Stage this hunk looks like a line from an 80s arcade beat 'em up. Hey, stage this hunk. It's a weirdly sort of kind thing to say about somebody you're, you know, presumably defeating in this game. I already committed that. I did that all in main. That's fine. Oh, speaking of, remember what year it is, merely halfway into the year. More than halfway into the year. No, I definitely don't want to do that. Just do this. I won't do that. Exactly, this stage is hung and fly for coding. So, when you are putting source code into a into a repository, what I like to do, and most people don't do it this way, is I use a command that lets me look one, I would call it a chunk rather than a hunk, but one chunk of code at a time. And so you can choose, is this a chunk that you want to stage, like platform, like, you know, make available, put it on the stage, so to speak. So do you want to stage this chunk, or hunk, as Git calls it? I don't think there's any real difference here. Yeah, it's just a different version of RT on Wii. No, I made some fixes. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, I had to package everything up for release, which I'll probably do in a few hours. But in terms of actually fixing the bug, freaking finally, it only took me 3 dev streams, but that bug is fixed. Next week I'm on vacation, so no dev stream until after that. But yeah, if you view the normal game stream, see what the normal